guests. I'm here to do my icebreaker. My name is John Quick. I wanted to share with you a story about the early days of meeting my wife. It all began at Michigan State University, where I was working with professors in colleges to help develop their curriculum. And my wife was a PhD student in microbiology. We're both big college basketball fans. The first thing we ever did together was go to the last game of the year in 2009. This was a special year for Michigan State because the tournament that's called March Madness that comes every year at the end of the season, your team, they go, and if they win, they go on. If they lose, they go home for the rest of the year. So we set a date to watch the first game, and they won. And we set another date, and they won, and they won, and they won. And we kept going and watching basketball games together. And so within the course of about a month, 6 or 7 times, all we had ever done is watch basketball games together. So the time came where now we didn't know whether there was anything else we could do together besides watch basketball games. So like any rational couple, we had what I call the day of 4 dates. And this strategy, you think of all the other possible date contexts that you could have with someone, and you make sure to schedule them all on the same day. So our day started early in the morning, like a day like this, where we drove about 2 hours to a state park for a photo walk, because we like to do photography as a hobby. And so we spent a good part of the morning out there in nature, walking around, taking photos. Some 12 hours later, we were scheduled for a performance dance show, like modern dance, ballet type thing, in another city. So we had a gap there to cover. We drove over to the other city, and I said, my parents have a little apartment in this city because they had a really long commute from their home to their work at that time. So they had a little apartment they'd stay during the week and just shorten their commute. I said, it's good, we can go there and relax. It's the weekend, they won't be there. We'll have a break, we'll relax, they definitely won't be there. So we get to the door of the apartment, I've got the key in the door, and I hear a noise on the other side. So I turn to my wife and I say, I think I heard something, there might be somebody in there. So at that point, she freezes up like this. We've only known each other a month, and she wasn't expecting to meet my parents today. So now she's non-responsive. And then I said, well, we could go. And I said, no, we can't go. I'm 5 feet away from my parents on the other side of the door. I can't come and then sneak out and not appear. So we go in. And of course, they're there. And so I have to pick up my wife now and carry her in. To prop her up on the couch, where she will remain for the time that we're there, very uncomfortably. And so chit-chat, hi, how are you? All this stuff. And I realized we've got to get out of this. So after the required amount of time to save my future wife, I say, there's a downtown, there's some farmer's market type thing today. So it's nice to see you, parents. We're going to walk now and go downtown to this little marketplace and check this out. So I got us out of that situation. And now we've been out like all day, starting to get a little bit tired and all this. We're walking around. I see a place called Just Juice. And I say to myself, I say to her, I could go for some juice right now. Just Juice. So we walk into Just Juice, and there's a huge board of incomprehensible scribble, which I assume was their menu. And I see things like Brussels sprouts and bean sprouts, and seaweed, and lemongrass, and wheatgrass, and grass clippings from this morning's landscaping. And so I walk over to the cashier, and I ask, sorry, I'm not sure I'm comprehending your menu. Do you have the juice? Just juice? And she says, sir, I'm not sure that I follow what you mean. And I said, just juice, like, apple, orange, grape. And she goes, oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, sir, I'm afraid we don't have juice. Just juice. I said, you don't have just juice? And so we left just juice without any juice. Fortunately, we'd spent enough time at this point that we could move on to our dance show. And so finally, late at night, we go to the dance. It's a fine show. We have a sleepy drive home, as we're pretty much passing out at this point. It's been something like 15 hours since we started. And so that's one of the early times I spent with my wife, having all those events scheduled on a single day. So perhaps you know someone that you only see in one context, like the Toastmasters are only at work. You can apply the day of 4 date strategy. Imagine all the different things you could ever do with this person in your life, and make sure to schedule them all on one day. And you will find out how well you get along. It certainly worked for my wife and I. Back to you.